Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and shadow swing the serve and the overhead. I'm going to have a continental grip. That's where my bottom knuckle of my pointer finger and just above that bump on my wrist, the palm pad, is on the number 2 side of the racket. So not the top, but one over from the top edge. Number 2, that's continental. Again, contact me or your coach if you want more information on the grips. Starting with the serve, you're just going to stand in a comfortable stance, kind of like you're on a skateboard. Your front foot's going to be tilted towards the net post. Your back foot is just a shoulder width apart from the instep of the front foot, parallel at the baseline. Okay, your arms are relaxed. You can rest the racket on the ball on the strings. You can rest the throat of the racket on the ball, but your arms are loose. Your weight's on your front foot. You're going to coil in. You're going to turn away from the target, and as you toss the ball up, you're going to bring your racket back with your knuckles up. So from the back, it looks like this. Boom, really important position. Right here, your arm's loose. What you want to do now is lock that elbow in place and just start to bend your arm and bring that racket over your head. As that racket comes over your head, it's going to bend the elbow, and you're going to feel when the right time is to start to uncoil and throw the wrong side of that racket around to the ball. And then you're going to pronate to contact, then keep going out to the wristwatch position, and then over your opposite arm. So from the front, watch what my front arm does, my tossing arm. I bring my racket back with my knuckles up. I toss the ball, racket over the head. I'm going to leave my left arm here. It's going to come into my body as I pronate up over it. It's going to really work as a reactive brake. It's going to make my swing go faster. It's going to help keep my body up. Okay, so don't let that left arm drop back down here. So one more time all together. Turn away. Toss the ball kind of out in front to the right. Should have that visual. Your knuckles are up to the sky. Bend wrong side. Think about maybe a spin serve here. Brush the ball over the net and then over that opposite arm. Okay, so the overhead is an abbreviated service motion. So you're at the net, you see the lob come, boom, you want to immediately get set up. So you're just starting in that hairbrush position that you got to with the serve, but it goes right from the ready position. Boom. Notice how my left hand is still on the racket to help me turn my body. All right, now from here, it's the exact same as the serve. You're going to brush your hair back, and then that wrong side of the racket's going to come around. The left arm stays up. Pronate to the hit. You're going to be in the wristwatch position, and then over your opposite arm. So here it comes. Ready? Boom. Set it up. Brush back. Wrong side around. Pronate to the hit. Over here. Okay, here's a great one for the serve. For this one, you are going to need a sock with either 1 or 2 balls in it, preferably 2, but use whatever you have around. And I'm sure you can find another way to fashion a device like this, but we're just going to work on our serve with the sock. This is from the back now. Okay, if I have the sock in my hand, I'm going to start my service motion. I'm going to turn away with my knuckles up like that. And I see a lot of people do the sock drill in a way that I don't like. They can still kind of come up on edge towards their back before they swing. But to me, what's key is when you once you turn and take the sock back, getting momentum by bending your elbow and bringing it over your head. And what that does is that's going to make the sock or the racket go away from your body. So you're going to get more momentum when the racket comes around to the side. So turn, you feel like you almost have a little pause here, then swing the sock up over your head, and then come around up to the hit. And from there, really stay in character. Turn, eyes up at contact, power X, and then when you get good at this, you want to be able to bring it back and keep it going. But notice how that sock gets thrown away from my back away, so it comes around to the side. So important. I'm going to pretend I'm really tossing. Swing up over. Okay, from the front. But don't try to keep it going at first. Just get this first. If you can't do that, you don't need to try to keep it going. But back over your head and around. Okay, easy to work on anywhere. Just your service toss. This is important. So many people struggle with the toss. So let's go over it. First, you're going to need a toss target. Somewhere, I'm using a racket, but you can use a towel or anything that you can try to hit with the ball. So if I go to my contact on my serve, I can kind of see how the racket's slightly on the inside of the hand. It's not that high, right? There's a big myth on having to throw the ball too high. You really only need the ball maybe slightly outside of your contact, but you just don't need that much time. You just need time to turn and swing. So that's my contact out in front, slightly to the right of my hand, to the left of my hand. I'm going to have the racket, my toss target, slightly in front, slightly to the right. Okay, and then that's what I'm going to try to hit. Now I got to make sure I throw it high enough to where I can hit it. But again, you're not going to hit the ball, obviously, but you're going to really get in character. You're going to take your time. Notice I'm holding the ball like a glass of water. My arm is slightly flexed and relaxed. Now most people make the mistake of bending their elbow when they toss, and then that's when the toss ends up going behind you. You really want to do the opposite of that. Almost feel like you have a slight bend in your arm, and your arm straightens as you toss. So I'm going to turn, and my arm's just going to kind of come out kind of a 45-degree angle so I can turn my body and toss it in the right direction. And I'm almost going to feel like I'm pushing the ball in the air. So I missed it that time. Push the ball in the air. Missed it again. This is not an easy drill. This is not an easy drill. But try until you get it. Turn, straighten your arm to the hit. All right, take 10 minutes and just work on your serve toss. Okay, here's one other fun serve drill you can do in any space. So I got my racket, I got my continental grip. I'm set up like I'm going to serve. What I'm going to try to do from here is I'm going to put the ball on the wrong side of the throat of my racket. So if I wanted to hit the ball with the bottom, I have the ball in the throat of the side that my knuckles are up on, okay? And then I want you to take your racket back like you're going to serve, knuckles up. Bring the racket over your head, keep the knuckles up, around to the side, knuckles up. Finish like you're hitting a big kick serve, out to the side, and see if you can kind of go through a mock service motion without ever dropping the ball out of the throat of the racket. Not completely accurate to a serve, but a great drill to make you exaggerate the feeling of keeping the palm down. I want you to spend 4 or 5 minutes repeating that and see how it goes.